Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
Those of you who know my recent situation know that my mom had to undergo a surgical procedure. It was pretty intense recently. So I've been in San Antonio just taking care of her as she recovers. But I noticed something one night, or one morning rather. While she was sleeping, I heard someone talking in the room, and I went to check and noticed that she was mumbling in her sleep. But then she actually spoke actual words, and she started talking about things that she was thinking about doing, and she was talking about things that were on the list to get done and hadn't gotten around to it, and the business this and papers that, and doing charts over here, and just all these things preoccupied in her mind. But physically, she was asleep, right? But if there's one thing that we know, our subconscious mind never sleeps. You may be unconscious, but the mind is still awake, absorbing everything that is around you. That's why if you fall asleep listening to music, you may be asleep, but you're still listening. Your subconscious mind is still picking up those vibrations. That's why you could be multitasking. You could be doing homework or doing work while the TV is on in the background. Maybe you like the noise, but you're absorbing everything that's coming in, all the information, all the advertisements, all the commercials, all the segments, everything, good or bad, is coming in to you, being processed. Your subconscious mind is consuming everything around you. Especially when you're sleeping, if you fall asleep to the TV, we're taking all of that in as well. See, right now, as I'm speaking and as you are listening in this podcast episode, I can look around this room. And now I notice the lampshade. I notice the books I've been reading. I notice my shakuhachi. I notice the window. I notice candles. I notice my journals. I notice the laptop. I notice the charger. All of these things I'm noticing with my conscious mind. But when I'm not noticing these things consciously, I am noticing them unconsciously. At a subconscious level, I'm picking up everything. My ears are picking up the crickets outside, the wind, the sound of the distant cars on the pavement. I'm picking up everything. The feel of the chair beneath my hand, but not noticing the things that are running on autopilot, like my heart beating, my breath, my bloodstream, the blood running through my feet. These are things that I don't necessarily pay attention to because I don't really have to. My body is taking care of this automatically. I believe that often we take for granted the things that we don't have to pay attention to because they run in the background. But my friend, that's just like those programs that we never pay attention to, that slip through the cracks, unguarded our subconscious mind is. And I noticed as she was sleeping, mumbling, speaking of all the things that she had forgotten to take care of the previous day, or things that she feared, things that she was afraid of, things that she worried about, stressed over. All of this in her subconscious mind was coming out during sleep. And when I told her that I heard her speaking in her slumber, she questioned as though she never even knew. No one had ever told her. What if you were talking in your sleep, and to this day, you never knew it? What if you were walking in your sleep, but you would come back to bed none the wiser? Our lives can be so fascinating. The ways in which we are operated and the ways in which we take in information, regurgitate, communicate. We are fascinating human beings, intelligent animals, bio-machines, mind computers. What programs lie in the back of your mind, my friend? Are they good programs? Ones that are serving you and leading you towards your highest good, towards your greatest version? Or are they hindering programs, viruses, things that are deterring you from your destiny, from your dreams, things that are holding you back from your goals, that you may even be unaware of, that have slipped past your defenses and are laying waste to the programs that run in the background? I ask you because I had to ask myself, what would I choose to pay attention to all day long? If given the choice, should I turn on this radio station? Should I tune into this frequency and allow whatever it is to come inside? Or should I be intentional? Should I be deliberate? Should I be specific and picky about what I choose to consume? We are what we eat, my friend. But we don't just eat with our mouths. We eat with our ears. We eat with our eyes. Our whole body consumes. Our whole body eats. And whatever radio station that we are tuned in is the frequency that is frequently occurring in our lives. May we start to tune in to the vibration that gets us further instead of holds us back. Lo and behold, our subconscious mind is taking in everything we choose, and even the things that we don't choose, the things that we have no choice. But I urge you, my friend, as much as possible, be conscious about what you allow into your subconscious. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, that is the Open Palm Podcast, here in San Antonio, Texas. The open palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray you received a wonderful message tonight, encouraging you to be deliberate about what you allow into your mind and be intentional, knowing that you are always being influenced. Be selective. If even the words that I'm speaking do not resonate with you and you feel that you gain no value, then I urge you, find something else that does give you value. It doesn't hurt me if you don't listen to my station and my frequency. I only want to open your mind to the possibility of the idea that we may be influenced by more than we think. Share this episode with a like-minded individual who is learning and growing, becoming their greatest version, influencing their subconscious mind for the positive. And pay it forward today, if you would. If you did gain value from this episode, consider supporting it, where I invite you to become a supporter, opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw and clicking that little support button there is much appreciated, where even $1 can make a difference, my friend. Even taking just a moment to give this podcast a positive rating on whatever platform that you have chosen to listen to it is much appreciated, my friend. I thank you. And thank you to all the supporters who continue to donate and continue to give their support every month. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. And if it weren't for you, this wouldn't happen. If it weren't for you listeners out there, it wouldn't occur that this podcast would be so possible today. But you have made it possible for me. So I would love to make it possible for you to invite new ideas, to invite new inspirations, and pay it forward to someone who needs to be inspired. Be blessed, my friend. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are, and take care. Hey there, my friend. So you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.